Welcome back with Raising Macintosh. I'm Ashley, and today I'm going to be doing a review on the Baby Brezza Formula Pro Advanced. We've been using this product for about a month now for our baby, and now I wanted to go ahead and give an honest review on how I feel this machine works, whether it's worth the money or not, and whether or not I would buy it again if given the opportunity. So I'll go over just a couple different specs on this machine. So the Baby Brezza Formula Pro Advanced is this machine. A couple different things about it. It's on wheels, so it makes it pretty easy to move back and forth if it's under cupboards like ours is here. So first I'll show you, the first thing I'm gonna do is remove the water tank. So in the back here, there's a water tank. I'll remove this, and you always want to use, they say you can use boiled water at room temperature, not hot, or distilled water or nursery water. We always use distilled water, so I will show you how. And again, we've been using this for a month now, so I'm going to give you my honest opinion here on what works best and what we wish it didn't do, things of that nature. You're going to fill your water up to the maximum line. There is a minimum line as well to make sure that it doesn't go below minimum, so you'll want to pay attention to those. And then you're just going to put the bottom in first, and then it just snaps right in there like that. Again, it's on wheels, so it turns like with literally one finger you can turn it. This is the tray in which your bottles will sit on. So this just comes off for easy cleaning. I've never put any of this in the dishwasher. I always hand clean it. So you'll want to take that off, pops right back in. Depending on the size of your bottles will dictate where you end up putting these on the rack. So my bottles, I'm using the Como Tomo bottles, and we're still in the 5-ounce bottles because baby's only 1 month old and currently drinking 3-ounce bottles. So I tend to put mine, and I do have some 8-ounce Como Tomo, so I will move it down to the second one when I use those. But when I use this one, I just put it right there. You want it to go as high as you can so that your bottle isn't too far down from the hole where it releases your formula. So we'll leave that there for now. The first thing I'm going to do is go ahead and turn the machine on. So you'll hit the power button right here. When you first take it out of the box, you're going to hit your power button. The first thing that you're going to need to do when using this machine is figure out what setting your formula needs to be set on so that it has the right ratio of water to formula. And how you do that is you're going to go online. You're going to go to www.babybrezza.com/F as in Frank, P as in Paul, A as in Apple. When you get there, you're going to see a screen pop up that looks like this. It's going to pop up Formula Baby Brezza, and then it's going to have a list of your different machines. So you'll click on the machine that you have. When you click on the machine that you have down here, it's going to give you a list of choose your formula brand and where you live. This is going to tell you exactly what setting your formula needs to be on. So we're going to go ahead and do ours. We're in the United States, and then our brand is going to be Infamil. And then our formula type is going to be the Gentle Ease, and that's ours. And it will tell you for this formula it is used for 0 to 12 months on a setting of 5. So you're going to go over here to your powder settings, click your powder settings till you get to the number 5. Once you get to the number 5, you just leave it there. Water only, you can press that button if you want to disperse water only. Otherwise, I haven't used that function. That's if you wanted to dispense water and give baby water, maybe add some prune juice to it, or maybe add formula by hand. You can do it that way. Temperature, so this little dial, there's a little dial here that almost looks like a beaker, a lab beaker, and it gives you the option of 3 different water temperatures. There's regular water, there's a room temperature, and there's a body temperature. You just press the temperature button to whichever temperature you want. That temperature or little beaker will flash until it reaches that appropriate temperature. I like to use room temperature for mine. And so once it reaches the right temperature for which you set it on, you'll hear the machine beep, and we'll see I just set mine up, or I just turned mine on, so we'll see if you guys get to hear the beep here while we're on it. Next is ounce, 2 ounces to 10 ounces. So we'll leave it at 2. Again, my baby's drinking about 3, sometimes a little bit less. Then there's the start button. As soon as you're that beep that you just heard was it warm, the water is warm. So just kind of similar to a adult Keurig, if you use a Keurig coffee pot, same difference. The water has to heat up to your desired temperature. should you choose not to use regular water temperature that's in the pot. So once it beeps and your beaker has stopped flashing, your water is at the correct temperature, your powder setting is set. You only have to do the powder setting the very first time you use the machine, or if you change formulas. If you change to a different formula, you will have to re-look up that formula and make sure it's the right setting. We went from one to another. One was a setting of 4, one was a setting of 5. So make sure you do adjust that should you change formulas. Once you're ready to make your bottle, you'll hit start and it will go ahead and fill your bottle with your formula. Prior to that though, I'm going to show you how to go ahead and add the formula into this container. You want to make sure that these are all in here tightly. This does come out to clean it. So you'll want to take that out. When you do clean it, it should end up being level to this white plastic part here when you put it back in. Also on this display screen, there are a couple different things that may show up. Number 1 is your beaker, that's your heat. Number 2 is going to be like a little rectangle with a flap on it. That means that this needs to be cleaned, your dispenser. So this needs to be pulled out and cleaned about every 5 bottles. It will warn you, it will not make another bottle until you clean it. So all you do is just slide that out. So I always take my bottle out, but all you do is just put it in, slide it in to put it in, and slide it out to take it out. So we'll go ahead and slide this in. Now there's another rectangle with an arrow on it. That means there's no formula in here, or there's not enough. There's a minimum and a maximum. You have to make sure that you get in between those so that you have enough formula in here to run your machine. You don't want to run it with no formula or with not enough. We did switch here. We went from the Up and Up brand Gentilies to Infamil Gentilies. So you'll see that it's in the Up and Up box, but that's because we threw the Infamil box away. So we do have the right powder setting for the formula that we are using, but it is in a slightly different container because we took it out so that we could show you all how to add your formula and what it looked like if you were just setting this up for the very first time. When you do clean it, be prepared to let it sit and air dry for at least 24 hours. Probably best to do it at night to wash it and then let it dry overnight. The reason being is none of this cannot be wet when you put your formula in. If it's wet when you put your formula in, it's going to start to cause your formula to break down and liquefy your formula that's in there, and none of the formula that's in this container will be any good. So you want to make sure in order to not end up having to waste and discard the formula that's in here, that your machine is completely dry when you add your formula to the machine. So then what you'll do is you'll go ahead and put your lid on. When you put your lid on, you pop it down here, you'll see the little groove. Push it down like that, and then you're going to turn it to lock it. There is a little rectangle with an arrow on it on here on the display. That means that you don't have the formula in here. So it's going to warn you if you're missing formula, if you're missing water, if your temperature is not to the desired amount. It's going to warn you on this display. So now we're good. We've got our temperature. It's not beeping, or it's not flashing anymore. Got our formula, and our water's full. So what I like to do is, our baby is formula fed at night, 1 to 2 bottles at night, and that's it. What I like to do is, before I go to bed, I put a bottle under here, and we just push ours back like this. Put a bottle under there, I put the nipple under here. These have all been cleaned and sterilized. And then I just go ahead, and I'm gonna do 3 ounces just to give you a good visual. And then I just hit start. And this is how it works. Does all the mixing for you. And it mixes it perfectly. We have done where we've mixed one by hand and mixed one with the baby Brezza to make sure that they look about the same. They look the exact same, whether you mix it by hand or by the machine. As you can tell, that does not need to be mixed. It's already mixed. I do always swirl it when I get it, just because I want to make 100% sure that it's mixed fully. So I will show you, and we're going to discard this bottle. That's why I'm putting my hands all over it. But I do this when I get it out from in there. I shake it a little bit like that, and then I feed it to the baby. I try not to shake it up too much because the whole point of these bottles and this machine is to decrease the air, and so that way baby is not gassy and colicky and things of that nature. So I try not to shake it up too much and add too much air to the bottles. So you'll want to make sure that you just swirl it if you can, and things of that nature. So that is pretty much our Baby Brezza Formula Pro Advanced in a nutshell. The only difference between this one and the new one is that Some do have Bluetooth capabilities. So all of these settings that are up here, you would have on an app on your phone. And so when you went to bed at night, if you had your bottle in here and you woke up in the middle of the night to feed the baby, you could go ahead and press start so that when you got to your kitchen or wherever your machine is, the bottle was already made. For me, it didn't seem like it was worth it to change the machine that I got, because you saw how quick it was from the time you hit start. It takes literally 0.5 seconds to fill your bottle. Even if you were gonna make a 10-ounce bottle, it's within seconds. And so for me to have it on my phone versus here didn't seem like it made a whole lot of sense. We debated buying this because we were only gonna use it for 1 to 2 bottles a day. And I am absolutely in love with the product. I love Baby Brezza products, period. You will see I have bought the steam sterilizer. I'm going to do a review on that now that we've been using that. And we just received the Baby Brezza baby food maker. I'm going to do a unboxing on that. I've not actually used that product yet. So I like to do a unboxing first if I get the product in time, and if not, I do a final review once I have actually used the product. But I'll never do a review until I've actually used it and can give my personal experience recommendations on it. So those other Baby Brezza products will be coming, reviews. But for now, this is the one that we've tried. And we love Baby Brezza. We love the brand. We love the product. It's worth every penny. If you're someone who drinks coffee and you use a Keurig, it's very similar and super addicting to just go over here, pop it in, push your button, and it's much faster than the old-fashioned shaking by hand, decreases colic because of the decreased air in the bottles and things of that nature. So definitely worth every penny to go ahead and proceed with this product if you haven't already, even for somebody who's only using it for 1 bottle a day. Hope you like this video. Subscribe. If we get to 50 subscribers, we'll go ahead and give away a $20 Bye Bye Baby gift certificate or gift card. So please do subscribe to our channel, where we will be dropping new videos on your newest up-to-date baby products every couple of days. So please do subscribe, like our channel, and hope to see you soon.